What does it mean to evolve? Have you ever felt like you were meant for more? That the name you were given, the role you were assigned, the box the world had placed you in, was too small for the purpose stirring in your soul? It's a quiet, persistent whisper that grows into a roar, demanding not just change, but transformation. This is not just a human feeling. It is the essence of a journey shared by visionaries, by technologies, and even by digital assets. It is the story of Cronos CRO, a token that dared to ask, what if I am not just a key, but the entire door? This is a tale of metamorphosis, of a utility token born in the shadow of a mighty exchange, dreaming of becoming the foundation of a new world. It's a story of audacious ambition, brutal storms, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of a vision to bring not just crypto natives, but everyone into the future of finance. It is a story that mirrors our own deepest yearnings to grow beyond our beginnings. Part 1. The Prodigy, a key named CRO 201-82021. In the beginning, there was a key. In 2018, in the bustling, nascent world of cryptocurrency exchanges, Crypto.com, then Monaco, introduced its native token, Crypto.com Coin, or CRO. Its purpose was clear, valuable, but contained. It was a premium key to a privileged club, Old Crow, and the gates swung open wider. Trading fees melted away, rewards on sleek, metal Visa cards stacked higher, and exclusive access was granted. It was a brilliant model. The team behind it, led by sharp, ambitious minds, understood psychology and utility. They fueled this engine with a marketing blitz that shook the traditional world. They didn't just advertise, they proclaimed. They stamped their name on the very temples of global culture, naming the iconic Staples Center in Los Angeles to the Crypto.com arena. The world looked up, literally, and saw the future flashing in neon. Crypto was no longer a niche term. It was on the lips of sports commentators and plastered across jerseys. CRO rode the tsunami of awareness. Millions flocked to the exchange. Drawn by the allure of the cards, the simplicity, and the brand's undeniable confidence. The token's value soared, peaking in a dizzying crescendo in November 2021, kissing the 96 cents mark. It was the star utility token, the golden child of a centralized empire. Success, by every metric, was absolute. But within the core team, and in the quiet code of the token itself, a deeper itch began. To be a key is powerful, but a key is dependent on the lock it was made for. What if the exchange faltered? What if users wanted more than just discounted fees? What if they wanted to build, to create, to own a piece of the protocol itself? The whispers of decentralization, of true user sovereignty, were becoming a chorus in the crypto universe. CRO was successful, but it was living in a gilded, walled garden. Its soul, if a digital asset can have one, yearned for open skies. Part 2. The Crucible, forging a chain to 021. Then came the turning point, born not from failure, but from foresight. While the marketing lights blazed and the user numbers swelled, the architects were working in the deep laboratories of innovation. They saw the congestion and high fees of existing blockchains. They saw developers hungry for a scalable, efficient home. They saw the future not as a single exchange, but as an interconnected ecosystem of decentralized applications. And so, they undertook a monumental act of creation. They would build not just a feature, but a foundation. It's not just a garden, but a continent. In November 2021, even as the token price celebrated its peak, Cronos Chain was born. This was no mere sidechain. It was a sovereign, high-performance Layer 1 blockchain. Built with the Cosmos SDK for interoperability, and engineered to be fully compatible with the Ethereum Virtual Machine EVM. This last part was genius. It meant any developer who had built a DeFi protocol, an NFT marketplace, or a game fee world on Ethereum could port it over to Cronos in a heartbeat, but with transactions costing pennies and settling in half a second. This was CRO's metamorphosis. It was no longer just a key to an exchange. It was recast as the lifeblood of an entire economy. It became the gas, the essential fuel, for every transaction, every smart contract interaction, every novel application on the Cronos network. Its utility had exploded from a narrow set of privileges to a universal foundational necessity. It was the token that now powered the very engine of creation. The vision was staggering in its scope: to bring billions of users to Web3, not just traders, billions, artists, gamers, savers, entrepreneurs, anyone with a smartphone. Cronos would be the on-ramp for the world. Part 3. The Storm, Winter, and Whispers of Doubt, 2002-2024. But no transformation of this magnitude occurs without trials. The crypto winter of 2022 descended like an ice age. Markets crumbled. The gleam of the arena's name seemed to mock the frozen portfolios. CRO's price, like all others, was battered, retreating from its all-time high into a long, cold valley. The easy enthusiasm evaporated, leaving only the hardcore believers and the relentless builders. Worse than the market winter were the storms of controversy. The very success of the centralized exchange now cast a long shadow over the decentralized chain it had birthed. Critics pointed fingers, calling Cronos a marketing chain, questioning its true decentralization because of the significant holdings of the founding organization. The dream of a sovereign, community-owned ecosystem faced the reality of its powerful parentage. Then, in March 2025, the storm reached its peak. A governance proposal was put forward to remint 70 billion CRO tokens that had been permanently burned in a dramatic mega burn years earlier. The goal was to create a Cronos strategic reserve to fund ecosystem growth, partnerships, and development. The logic was strategic. The optics were catastrophic. To the community, it felt like a betrayal of the sacred covenant of scarcity. It raised the specter of centralization, of a powerful entity rewriting the rules. The proposal passed, as the exchange held the voting power to do so. The outcry was furious and deafening. Trust, the most fragile and essential asset in crypto, cracked. So much for decentralization, the chorus sneered. CRO faced its darkest hour of doubt. Was it truly a decentralized pioneer, or just a puppet on a centralized string? The soul of the project was on trial. Part 4. The Phoenix, Resilience, and Strategic Alliances, 2024-2025. True character is not revealed in victory, but in resilience. The team did not retreat. They listened, they engaged, and they doubled down on their long-term vision. They continued to build, upgrade, and optimize. They launched POS v6, slashing block times and gas fees to near zero, making the chain faster and more accessible than ever. Transaction volumes quietly began to climb, a testament to real, utility-driven growth beneath the noisy headlines. Then, a masterstroke of strategy emerged, one that addressed both utility and perception. Cronos began to form monumental real-world partnerships that moved far beyond sports marketing. The most historic of these was a partnership with Trump Media and Technology Group. This wasn't just a branding deal. It involved the creation of a massive reserve fund and the integration of CRO as a payment method. Suddenly, CRO was being discussed in boardrooms of traditional media, politics, and finance. It was a bold, controversial, and undeniable statement. Cronos was playing in the big leagues, bridging the gap between the disruptive power of crypto and the entrenched giants of traditional industry. The narrative began to pivot. The strategic reserve, once a symbol of overreach, was now seen by many as a war chest for exactly these kinds of world-changing alliances. The focus shifted to Cronos's core strengths: its blazing speed, its EVM compatibility that made it a developer's haven, and its ambitious roadmap into real-world asset, RWA tokenization, and AI-integrated blockchain services. Part 5. The Bridge: A New Horizon, 2025 and Beyond. Today, Cronos CRO stands not as a finished product, but as a living, evolving bridge. It is a testament to the power of strategic evolution. It has not abandoned its origins, it still powers the rewards and benefits of the Crypto.com exchange. A trusted gateway for millions, but it has magnificently transcended them. It now lives a dual life, a unique and powerful symbiosis. The beating heart of Cronos chain. It is the gas that powers a thriving, independent DeFi kingdom, a bustling NFT metropolis in immersive game fee frontiers. It is the mandatory fuel for innovation, the premium access key. It remains the token that unlocks a world of financial benefits in one of the world's most recognizable crypto platforms. This duality is not a weakness, but its greatest strength. It is the bridge between the centralized ease that newcomers crave and the decentralized sovereignty that pioneers demand. It is the on-ramp and the highway. The story of CRO touches the heart because it is our story. It is the story of outgrowing your initial role, of facing devastating criticism and internal doubt, of making controversial, painful choices for a perceived greater good, and of finding resilience, not in avoiding the storm, but in learning to sail through it. Charts adjusted, sails mended, course reaffirmed. The question it began with, what if I am not just a key, but the entire door has been answered? Cronos has built the door, framed it with robust technology, and is now holding it open for the world. Here at its journey of overcoming difficulties teaches us that success is not a static peak to be reached, but a continuous process of adaptation, learning, and courageous expansion. The price fluctuations are but the surface waves. The deep, steady current is a relentless drive to connect, to empower, and to bring the next billion souls into the bright, boundless dawn of Web3. So, look at your own life. What box have you outgrown? What whisper of a larger purpose is calling you? The journey of CRO screams that evolution is painful, controversial, and essential. But on the other side of that transformation lies not just success, but significance, the chance to be not just a participant in a system, but a foundational piece of a new world being built. Are you ready to evolve?